Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Mellow and today we're gonna play another great round of golf. First off, I'm changing my setting difficulty to Pro just to give myself a little bit of a challenge because last time I got second place quite easily. So let's go. Today we are TPC Deer Run. Let's see what we can do. Even on the Pro difficulty, that's a very nice and straight drive into the fairway. As you can see, the wind is really pushing this ball. I've seen on this course throughout this event, the winds reach speeds up until like 13 or 14 miles an hour. And here's our first chance at birdie. But we miss by a hair. But nonetheless, no birdie. We start off with par. On to the second hole. I play a little bit of a cut, I believe this is called. Hopefully a good bounce, and it is bouncing right off the rough onto the fairway. Now here we have a very manly shot with the driver off the deck, trying to reach the green in two, and we do with a lovely result. Hit the ball at the front of the green and rolls all the way to the back left near the pin. This should be our eagle opportunity. But we screw it up. So unfortunate, that should have been an eagle, but nonetheless a birdie. On to the first par 3, and yes, I absolutely screw up the first shot. Par 3s are just not my thing, as it turns out. Out of a very low bunker, this is a pretty decent shot for our lie. Still leaves us with a very difficult putt for par. Very long putt uphill, so I give it some power. And it just nearly misses the hole. Well, bogey it is then. But it's not. It's a double bogey for this hole. 1 over par for the round. Not going too well. Let's see if we can bounce back with a nice bounce back birdie on this par 4. That's a decent pitch shot, but the wind is wreaking havoc on our ball. Look at that, all the bit, blowing it all the way on to the left side. This putt should do it, and that's a lovely result. A bounce back birdie, and we're back on even par. Onwards to the next par 4. Yes, I know it's gonna be in the rough, but I just wanted it to be as far as possible. We had the wind in our back, so I'm laying up for a nice little pitch shot. We're very close to the flag, let's see. And I absolutely crapped myself. And this is one of the worst shots I've ever hit in this game. Luckily, sandwich ends up on the green, and this should be a par to save our skin from that very poor approach shot. A par, luckily. The shot is a bit thin, but it should stay on the fairway because the wind is blowing it to the right, and it does, leaving us with a pretty okay position. Our pitch shot ends up way short, so I have to chip to get it close to the pin, get nice some spin on it, and it does end up pretty close, within 3 feet, and that's another par. Still even par for the round. Now, as you can see very quickly, it's 13 miles an hour wind blowing from the right to the left. Now this ball needs to sit down, it's a bit overpowered, leaving us with a difficult chip shot with a lot of slope. And I believe from that position there was nothing more I could do. That was a pretty decent shot, and we save ourselves with a par. On to the next par 4, a perfect straight shot. A little bit on the right side of the fairway, and we end up in the fringe, but that's okay. Let's see if this approach can get us a bit closer. But no, we have our work cut out for us with a long putt. And I don't even get half the way there. Very much underpowered, that putt. Hopefully we can save ourselves once again with a par, and we do. Keep the par on the card. On to a next par 4. This is an interesting one, ending up with an uphill shot towards the green. We have a decent lie with that 355 yards first shot. And this looks absolutely gorgeous. The ball needs to sit down. It's a bit overpowered, ends up in the fringe of the green. But this is a very good possibility to get the ball close. Chip shot is a bit too much to the right, also a bit too fast. And unfortunately, nothing more I could do on that hole. A par 5. Yes, an opportunity to bounce back with a eagle. Let's see if we can get the ball close. Driver off the deck for this shot. Sketchy, risky shot with water to the right, so I'll keep the ball more to the left. Ends up in the front of the green. Trickles down the slope. Nearly hits the flag. And comes to a stop just a bit further than the pin. That was a tremendous shot. And this should be a great eagle opportunity. But once again, oh, it lips out on the edge. That's very, very frustrating. That's 2 missed eagles. But a birdie is very much helpful there. This is not so much helpful. That's one of the worst driver shots I've ever seen and ever had in this game. Leaving me with a lot of work to do with the 3-wood, 4-wood. And we need a good approach here to save our skin for par, which we don't. So we have to chip out of this grass. And hopefully this ball ends up close, but it doesn't. And it trickles down the slope all the way. Oh, this is just a terrible hole. Let's put it in for bogey and forget all about it. And unfortunately, it will be a double bogey. Let's quickly rush to the next hole. That was a disaster of a hole. This looks to be better. Good shot. Could be very close. If it has spin on it and breaks and stops, sit. No, it doesn't. But still, this should be a birdie from this range. My putts should hit the mark. And it does. We have ourselves a bounce back birdie from that double bogey. And again, I've absolutely lost the rhythm with my driver. I don't know anymore. So this shot was a bit better, but we still end up in the fringe. And from this moment on, it's only damage control, basically. That very first driver shot. Terrible, terrible. It must have been the pro difficulty, but I've lost all rhythm in my driver swing. So, mostly damage control. This could be a nice par. It's just a bit too slow. So, another bogey. Oh, we're 1 over par. This is not the way I wanted it to go. Now, this is a drivable par 4. We have the wind in our back. And we end just a bit short, but a very good opportunity to lay up very close to the hole and see if we can bounce back with a nice and well-deserved and well-needed birdie. And we do. We're back even. 4 more holes to go, and let's see if we can keep it even. Oh, not with these kind of shots. Oh my days. Yeah, and it goes from bad to worse. I tried to put it out with the 4-wood, didn't help. And I hit the damn tree. Oh my god. From bad to worse. Little punch shot underneath the branches. That was the right shot. Just didn't have the right power. And we're still short. This is already for bogey and we're not even on the green. It needs to spin. Has a good amount of spin. And we still have a little bit of work to do for our double bogey. Hopefully I make this one. And we do a double bogey. We're 2 over par. Not where we want to be. This is a very straight shot right into the wind. And as you can see, the wind really did break my ball flight right there. Leaving us with a very long putt. With a lot of slope from right to left. This is a very difficult putt. It has the right line. Doesn't have the right speed. But from that position, that was a great putt. Leaving us with a easy par. And I'd rather have a par than a bogey, obviously. 14 miles an hour wind in the back, very far drive, and we're gonna hit the pavement and then drive ourselves into a bunker on a different hole. I've never had that before, that's a first. Very impressive to end up in the bunker on a different hole. Hybrid from the bunker, very nice shot onto the green. Very difficult from that position, this is a great result of a shot. We have a very long putt to go for eagle, and this ball didn't break as much as I thought it would on this putt. But it leaves us with a nice and short birdie, and a birdie is very nice. Just gets the right edge of the cup and trickles in. Very nice. Hole number 18, and we drive in the bunker. And now it's 4-wood out of the bunker with a little bit of risk because there's water on the left, but we need a birdie to break even for this round. End up in the fringe. I decide to go for the putting on this hole, and let's see what it does. And we managed to make that putt for birdie, leaving us on even par for this round. Not the best result, but I'm pretty satisfied with that. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel in order to see and follow our road towards the PGA Tour. That's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next part, which is part 3, and I'll see you there.